Hello friends, welcome to Continuous Integration with Jenkins. In the previous videos, we had seen version control system with Git, code hosting platform with GitHub, and build tool Maven. Jenkins integrates all these three tools and helps in automating the build creation activity. Today in this video, I will be giving an introduction and explain how it can be installed on Windows machine. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ganesh Hegde, working as Senior Engineer at Kpro Solutions Private Limited. Kpro is a leading provider in data lake, cloud implementation, IoT, blockchain, data science, artificial intelligence, deep learning, and mobile application development. This is going to be the course content for this video series. In this video, I will be explaining about Jenkins and its installation, and in the next video I will explain about user interface. I will walk you through that and will show you how user can be created. In the final video we will see setting up build jobs and distributed build, notification and report, and continuous deployment. Without further delay, let us go to the today's agenda. First, I will give an introduction, then we will see what is continuous integration, then similar tools like Jenkins in the market. Then I will show you how it can be installed on Tomcat as well, and then we will see how Maven and Git can be set up on the Jenkins. Jenkins is a web-based tool which automates the build activities. Generally, developers will check in the code to the central repository, and from there Jenkins will pull the code and it creates the build and runs the test if that is defined. Then it deploys the build into the target machine, or it keeps in a location from where someone can deploy that. And so those things can be configured as per the requirements. Let us see what is continuous integration actually. Continuous integration is a development practice wherein developers checks in the code several times in a day. Whenever there is a stable code produced, that will be pushed to central repository, and the continuous integration tool which will create a build as soon as the check-in happens, and optionally it will deploy in the target system. This practice helps to identify defects or bugs in the early stage of development and saves a lot of time and money. Let us see some of the continuous integration tools available in the market. Jenkins is a very popular open source tool. It is written in Java and maintained by Eclipse Foundation. TeamCity is another Java-based tool, and it is not completely open source and maintained by JetBrains. Travis CI is another Ruby-based application. It is free for first 100 builds. Later onwards, everything is payable, and it is maintained by Travis CI community. GoCD is distributed with Apache 2 license. It is Java and Ruby based application. It is maintained by ThoughtWorks. Bamboo is another Java based continuous integration tool. It is produced by Atlassian. It is free for open source based applications. GitLab is another tool. It is produced by GitLab Inc. It is Ruby based application. It is not open source. Circle CI is not completely open source, and CodeShip is gives free 100 builds. Later onwards it is payable. Let us see how Jenkins can be installed. It requires Java JDK 1.5 or above and 2 GB minimum RAM, and it supports almost all major operating systems. The installer binaries can be downloaded from https://jenkins.io/download page, and installation can be done through downloaded jenkins.msi file for Windows. And once the installation is completed, the application can be accessed with this URL in the web browser. Just accessed the URL, and it straight away took me to the download page, and here are the download button. Now we have to select the operating system in which we are going to install Jenkins. So I am going to install on Windows, and I have already downloaded a package, and also I downloaded a WAR file of Jenkins. So WAR file is required to deploy on any other web server, and when you click on this Windows, it will download a .msi file that will by default has a servlet container that is Jetty, and we will start this MSI file. Here are the downloaded files. I'm going to install Jenkins with MSI file now. By default, it will be installed in C drive under Programs Files, 86 Architecture, and then next install. Okay. When it is installed, it will be accessible behind 8080 ports. It is finished, and it is going to the, I think the services are not come up. Let us wait for a moment. I have just accessed through Google Chrome. It is getting ready. Yes. So when you are accessing first time, it will ask you for a password. It is stored in one of the file in the installed location. We just have to copy that password and paste in the text box. I am copying this one. Continue. Yes. Now it says suggested plugin installation, or we can select what plugins we actually require. I'll go with default plugins, recommended ones, and it is going to install all these important plugins required to create build, like Git and Palm authentication, LDAP authentication, Subversion, GitHub related things. Pause for 5 minutes. It was installing all the recommended plugins. Now it is installed and popped up for new user and password. I will provide admin as a user and password for that. For time being, I will give a dummy email, but in real it should be correct one. Save and continue. Now it says instance configuration Jenkins URL. I'll keep it as it is. Start using Jenkins. Yes, we are all set up to use Jenkins now. This is how a Jenkins can be installed. This is the recommended way of installing Jenkins. Now we will see how Jenkins can be installed or hosted on Tomcat web server. Hosting Jenkins WAR file on Tomcat involves in these steps. First we have to download Tomcat, or if we have Tomcat already, then we have to deploy on that. Before that we have to download the WAR file of Jenkins, and then we have to deploy that WAR file on Tomcat, then start the Tomcat and access the Jenkins through web browser. Let us see how this can be done. In the previous step, we already downloaded jenkins.war file, and I also downloaded Apache Tomcat from Apache's official page, that is Apache Tomcat download section. I went to Tomcat 9 and downloaded the zip file. When I downloaded, I got this Apache Tomcat 9.0.14.zip file. I have extracted that and placed in one of the location, and I'm going to deploy this Jenkins on that Tomcat. Here is the Tomcat, and in the web applications we have to put the WAR file. I'm pasting the WAR file. One more configuration what we have to do for Tomcat is we need to change the default port of Tomcat, because our Jenkins server which we just installed is running behind 8080 port, and Apache Tomcat runs on the same port. That's why in order to avoid the conflict, I'm going to modify its port, which I already done here. The port equal to 9090. Now I'm going to start Apache Tomcat. This can be done by navigating to the bin directory and starting the command prompt over there and execute startup.bat file. Now the application being deployed. Let us access the application via 9090 port. Yes, Tomcat is started, and the context name for the Jenkins is Jenkins. Yes, we are able to access that, and since it is the first time, it is taking some time to get configured, and like last time we have to copy the password from this location. I go with the same install suggested plugin, and it is going to take some time, and I will be on pause. Hello, I am back, and all the boxes which are in green are completed. Only email extension is remaining. and let us wait for some moment, it will be completed. Here in the right side it shows all the details. Yes, it is done. I am going to create a admin user with a password and a email address like before. Save and continue. So this is the URL for our Jenkins instance, which is hosted on Tomcat server. Yes, start using the Jenkins, and we are at the final stage and done. We are go here. Okay, that's it from today's session. Let me quickly recap what are the things we have seen. Introduction we have seen first, then I explained about continuous integration tools. I showed you installation of Jenkins from on Tomcat as well. Then Maven and Git setup. Git we have set up, Maven we will set up in the next video. In the next video I will walk you through the Jenkins user interface and Jenkins security model. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly provide your valuable feedback as a comment and let us know if you want us to make any technical video of or any issue which you are facing in your project. You may write us at feedback@kpro.co.in. Please visit our YouTube channels like blockchain, cloud, data science, ETL, etc. to learn different technologies. You may follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter to get latest update. Thank you very much. Let's keep learning.